Yes. Jai Hind and hello everyone. Welcome back to Crack Grade B. This is Sunil Jangad, and in our last lecture we were discussing tense, right? So we are going to discuss in this class also. We are going to discuss some of the practice questions as well as concepts, right, regarding tense chapter. So uh, in the last lecture, if you talk about, we have covered some of the 30 questions approx, right? This one was the last sentence. Yes, this one was the last sentence, question number 14th. And before this sentence, this one was 14th, and these are 20, right? So in the last lecture we have covered 34 sentences. So now we are going to discuss this question number 15th. Yes, and as I said, K, the chapter is tense, and this is one of the most important chapters from your exam point of view. And I hope audio and video both are clear. And kindly share this session with all your friends and invite them all. And subscribe Crack Grade B if you have not subscribed yet. Right. So let us move to the question number 15th. Okay, the sentence is, I would have taught him a lesson if I were you. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? This is a concept out of, you can say, this is a concept from conditional sentences. We have a chapter conditional sentences, and in this chapter, we talk about closed condition. And close condition, if you want to apply, you know what is close condition? This condition is used to show that actions are done, in which actions are done, right? Actions are done or completed. And we use in this construction, we use a conjunction if. This is the conditional word. And after that, after this conditional word, we use two different sentences. Okay. Okay, as I said, ki after this if clause, or you can say in this clause, in this subordinate clause, this one is the subordinate clause and this one is the main clause, right? And make it sure we use, if you talk about clause condition, we use past perfect tense. This must be past perfect tense in the subordinate clause, and this one will be the perfect form of would. Mean to say, would have plus V3 is used. This is all about close condition. So if you just apply it in the sentence, we know it very well कि in the first clause, we already have this would have plus V3, right? This is would have plus V3, and this would have plus V3 is used with what? Past perfect tense. So if you just want to make it past perfect tense, drop were, or you can say replace were with had been. If you just say, I would have taught him a lesson if I had been you. If you just speak like this, then your sentence will be fine. And I said कि close condition are used to talk about such actions which are done and their result is out. Actions are done and their result is out. In subordinate clause, we use past perfect tense, and in main clause, we use perfect form of would, could, or might. Either would have plus V3, could have plus V3, or might have plus V3. This sentence is derived from conditional sentences chapter, right? So now sentence is okay. Okay, we have another condition also, that is semi-closed. In semi-closed condition, we have a combination of past indefinite and would plus v1, past indefinite plus would plus v1. So if you just consider it past indefinite, and if you want to make it would plus v1, then you will have to drop have, and you have to make it first form teach. So by doing this, you will find that you have an error in part A, because you are going to drop have, and you are going to make it first form of the verb, and you will also have error in part B. So this is not possible कि you have errors in two different parts. We always have an in a single part. That's why now it comes to closed condition, or not semi-close, and in that particular condition we use past perfect and would plus would have plus v3. So मैं आप लोगों को बताना ये चाह रहा हूँ दोस्त, कॉन्सेप्ट को थोड़ा सा समझने की कोशिश करें. कंडीशनल सेंटेंसेस जो चैप्टर होता है उसमें हम डिफरेंट जो है 3 कंडीशंस को फॉलो करते हैं. एक ओपन कंडीशन, एक सेमी क्लोज्ड और एक क्लोज्ड कंडीशन हुआ करती है. क्लोज कंडीशन में जो सबऑर्डिनेट क्लोज होता है उसमें पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस का यूज किया जाता है, जबकि मेन क्लोज के अंदर वुड हैव प्लस v3 आता है. जबकि सबऑर्डिनेट जो है आपका एक सेमी क्लोज कंडीशन में पास्ट इंडेफिनिट और वुड प्लस v1 आता है. तो ये पास्ट इंडेफिनिट तो मिल गया, लेकिन इसको वुड प्लस v1 करोगे तो हैव हटाना पड़ेगा और टीच लिखना पड़ेगा, यानी कि ए पार्ट में भी एरर होगी और बी पार्ट में भी एरर होगी, जो कि पॉसिबल नहीं है. एरर एक ही पार्ट में होती है. तो ऐसे सिचुएशन में हम क्या करते हैं, वुड हैव के साथ v3 कब यूज किया जाता है, जब पास्ट परफेक्ट हो. दैट्स वाई दो में चेंजेस ना करके वर्क की जगह पे मैंने हैड बीन पास्ट परफेक्ट टेंस का यूज कर लिया. सेंटेंस आप लोगों का ओके हो गया. ये मेथड अप्रोच होता है. चले मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन. सिंस इंडिया हैव वॉन द वर्ल्ड कप, वी हैवंट लॉस्ट एनी ओडीआई सीरीज. In this sentence, you know, the concept is if you get since, if you get this conjunction since in mid of two different clauses, this one is the first clause, this one is the second clause, and make it sure we use always present perfect tense. Before since we use present perfect tense, and after this conjunction since we use past indefinite tense, right? So this is the combination of present perfect and past indefinite tense. And why we use such construction, the concept is, the main thing is why we use such construction. We use this construction to denote two such actions, which one of these two actions you have done in past, and because of this past action you are getting a result in present. So that's why past indefinite, and result is in present, so that's why present perfect. So this is the combination of that, right? But make it sure, if you get since conjunction in the beginning of a sentence, if I hide this first clause, so you will get since in the beginning. So it means after since you will get past indefinite, and this present perfect moves to the last of the sentence, right? So if you just apply it in the sentence, after since you have to use past indefinite tense. So to make it past indefinite, drop have, right? And after that this present perfect will be there, have not plus v3, right? So you will find an error in part A. You have an error in part A. Sentence now will be okay. Yes, move to the next one. It is a well-known fact. It is a well-known fact that it is Alexander's courage that brought him such glory. Okay, if you talk about this action, so no doubt this is the past routine or past activity, you can say. Whenever you talk about Alexander, right, this is the action which was done in past tense. So to denote past activities we require past indefinite tense. So replace is with a verb was. Now sentence will be fine. The sentence is, it is a well-known fact that it was Alexander's courage that brought him such glory. Okay, and you will have error in part B. Let's move to the next sentence. By the time train arrived the station, we reached the station. I told you this concept. If you get a phrase by the time, if you get this phrase by the time, right? Okay, and after that you have two different clauses. This is the first clause, the train arrived at the station, and this is the second clause, we reached the station. Okay, so I said because of this preposition by here shows the sense of till, it shows deadline, it shows completion, and to denote completion we always use perfect tense in the second clause. This must be perfect tense. And if there is past indefinite in the first clause, it must be past perfect in the second clause. I said if you get this phrase by the time, and after that particular phrase, if you get two different clauses, if there is past indefinite in the first clause, there must be past perfect in the second clause. So let us apply it in the sentence. By the time the train arrived at the station, we had reached the station. We had reached must be there. You have to use past perfect tense, right? And as I said, if two actions happen in past tense, the action which happens earlier comes under past perfect tense, and the action which happens later comes under past indefinite tense, right? So मैंने बताया था आपको जब दो एक्शंस पास्ट टेंस में हो जाएं तो जो एक्शन पहले हैपन होता है वो पास्ट परफेक्ट लेता है, और जो एक्शन बाद में हैपन होता है वो हमेशा पास्ट इंडेफिनिट टेंस की डिमांड किया करता है. ये सिचुएशन कंडीशन रहती है. चले मूव टू द नेक्स्ट वन. दे हैव लॉज्ड एन एफआईआर अगेंस्ट द चीट yesterday. Okay, now you are getting a time word yesterday, and no doubt this denotes to past time, right? Yesterday denotes to past time. So because of this word yesterday, we have to use past indefinite tense. So to make this present perfect, past indefinite, just drop have, and sentence will be like they lodged an FIR against the cheat yesterday, and you will have an error in part A. So now the question is, okay, what are the different words, what are the different adverbs which demand past indefinite tense? I think I told it to you in the last lecture also. So let us discuss what are the words like yesterday. After yesterday, you can have a word like ago, you can have a word like earlier, you can have in past, past year, any past year. It can be 2010, 2020, 2021, 1947, 1857, right? Long before. You can also have a word long before, or last plus time word. Last plus time word. Last plus time word mean to say last week, last month, last year, last century, last winter, right? All these are adverbs, and these are the adverbs which denotes to past time. That's why we use past indefinite tense with any of these adverbs, right? So past indefinite, apply laws. Okay, Mohan will be here in no time. Okay, you have another word in no time. Make it sure this word in no time, or any of the words like soon, or you can say tomorrow, right? Or you can say shortly, or you can say next plus time word. Next plus time word mean to say next week, next month. These are the words which always denotes to future time, and these words demand future indefinite tense. Future indefinite tense. So just apply it in the sentence. Because of this word in no time, you already have future indefinite tense, will plus v1, will plus b, and in the next clause you are again getting a word just. So this word just is an adverb which demand present perfect, right? This word just is used to show such actions which have completed at the time of speaking, right? So this word is used to show completion, deadline, perfection. That's why this word demands present perfect tense. So to make it present perfect, apply have before just and speak like I have just called. This is the third form of the verb, and now it becomes present perfect. And now sentence will be fine, and you have an error in part C. Okay, what are the words? What are the different words which demand present perfect? If you just want to know, so make it sure apart from just, you have different words like yet, so far, yet, so far, just now, just now, up to now, up till now, lately, recently. These are the words. These words demand present perfect tense. These words demand present perfect tense. That's it. Right? So sentence will be, Mohan will be here in no time. I have just called him. Error is in part C. Okay, move to the next question. Had we known it earlier, this loss could be averted. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? Kindly share this session with all your friends. Kindly share this session with your friends, invite them all. Let me make it clear that these sessions are very important, and you will be able to get everything like practice questions, concepts. You will get everything, and these are very important lectures for you. Or in no time, you will be able to learn a lot, right? In no time mean to say soon. So soon you will be able to learn a lot. So kindly share such sessions with your friends, and keeping them in white. Okay, chale. Had we known it earlier, this loss could be averted. As I said in this sentence, okay, just a minute. Okay, here I said कि close condition, what it demands, past perfect, and after that past perfect, uh, perfect form of would, could, or might is used. Perfect form of would, could, or might is used. If you have past perfect, and after that would have plus V3 is used. So if you just apply it in the sentence, here we know this word had is the helping verb. This had is the helping verb, and with this helping verb you have third form of the verb, main verb, right? This one is also a sentence from close conditional. You know, whether you will have a conditional word if, and in absence of conditional word, you will get helping verb in the beginning of a sentence. Mean to say, you have to maintain inversion, you have to maintain inverted form if you don't get a conditional word like in this sentence. In the past sentence we had a conditional word if, but if you don't have like conditional word, so just use helping verb before subject. Had we known, okay, had we known it earlier, this loss could. Now we know कि we have to use perfect form of could. So to make it perfect form, you have to say could have been, could have, and in passive voice you have to use been, could have been averted. This one is the third form of the verb. So if you just apply like this, had we known it earlier, this loss could have been averted, sentence will be fine, and you have an error in part C. You have an error in part C. Okay, let us move to the next sentence. They along with some other boys are playing football. They along with some other boys are playing football. We don't have any keyword, so sentence is okay. In this sentence, there something must be hidden, or you can say you can say typing mistake. There must be something, there must be an identity in part C, and because of that identity you have to just maintain the sentence. Okay, so in part C you don't have anything, you don't have any identity. That's why you are not getting. Okay, hello sir, sorry to interrupt, I have purchased RBI grade B 2499 course, did not get access and no response, what to do? Okay, okay, Sunny, Sunny brother, I will inform it to the management, and I will send your query to them, and no doubt they will respond to you soon. Okay, so just give me some time. After this class I will inform it to them, I will inform it to the management and they will find a solution soon. So don't worry. Sunny Gogoi. Okay, I will inform. You just write down your contact number. Just give me your contact number and I will give it to them and they will call you back. If you don't have any problem, so you can just in the comment section you can give your comment mobile number. Yes, they along with some other boys are playing football. This sentence is okay. Let us move to the next sentence. The priest said to all that avarice was the root of all evils. Okay, one of the most important concept I said, if the first clause is in past tense, if the first clause is in past tense, rest clauses will also be in the past tense. Okay, this one was the main concept. If the first clause is in past tense, rest clauses will also be in the past tense. But make sure this clause, if you talk about, this is, you can say, this is a proverb. This is a proverb, and as I said, all proverbs demand present indefinite tense. In the second clause, you have a proverb, and proverb demands present indefinite tense. So to make this present indefinite, replace was with is, and sentence will be like, the priest said to all that avarice is the root of all evils. Now sentence will be okay. Let us move to the next sentence. I am teaching in this college for 10 years. If you get a preposition since or for, and after this preposition of period, if you get any time word, so this identity denotes present continuous tense. I said if you get any of the preposition of time like since or for, and after that preposition if you get a time word, so it means in this sentence we are talking about imperfection with partial perfection. And to show imperfection with partial perfection, we use perfect continuous tense. So in this sentence, present perfect continuous will be there. So drop am, and to make this present perfect continuous, you have to use I have been. I have been, this one will be the helping verb, and this first form ing is the main verb. So sentence will be like, I have been teaching in this college for 10 years. I have been teaching in this college for 10 years. Okay. Next sentence is, they have been living here since last 5 years. Okay. Again, if you just consider this word, last five years, this is the time word, and this is a time word denoting period, right? It denotes to period, and whenever it comes to period, we use a preposition of period for. So drop since, or you can say replace since with for. Sentence will be fine now, and you will have an error in part C. You will have an error in part C. Now sentence is okay. Okay, let us move to the next question. The next sentence is, Kamal ordered us as though he were our boss. Okay, this verb ordered, this is the second form of the verb. Yes, this verb ordered is the second form, means here we are showing imagination, and make it sure imagination is only because of this word as though. Words like as if, as though, if, I wish, he wishes, such, these are the words which show imagination, which show, you can say, which show unrealities, you can say, right? Unrealities or improbabilities or imagination. These are the unreal sentences. And make sure if the imagination is in past tense, we use past perfect tense in the next clause. So to make it past perfect, just use had been. And if you speak like K, Kamal ordered us as though he had been our boss. He had been our boss. Now the sentence will be fine, and you will have an error in part C. Okay, move to the next one. They have been completing 1/3 of the work by now. Okay, this word by now, this word by now, this word by now shows the sense of till, and it denotes deadline, or you can say it shows perfection. And to show perfection, we use present perfect tense. We use present perfect tense. If you get a word like by now, okay, let's understand. I told you some of the words. These are the words which demand present perfect tense. By now is also one out of these. By now is also one out of these. What are the words? Yet, so far, just now, by now, up to now, up till now, lately, recently. These are the words which demand present perfect tense. So if you apply it in the sentence, you will find this word by now will demand present perfect tense. So to make it present perfect tense, just say have completed. Sentence will be like, they have completed 1/3 of the work by now. And one more thing, after this verb, you have a result, 1/3 of the work. This 1/3 of the work is the result. And whenever the stress is on result, when your entire focus is on the result, in case of result, we don't use perfect continuous. In place of perfect continuous, we use perfect tense. So to make it present perfect, just say they have completed 1/3 of the work by now, and error will be in part A. Okay, move to the next one. Each Sunday, the ice cream seller was wearing a necktie and a hat. Okay, you have a word each Sunday. So this word each Sunday denote to the you can say routine actions or frequent actions or scheduled or permanent actions. So to denote scheduled actions, routine actions, we use indefinite tense, and this indefinite must be either of present or past, right? So if you just observe the sentence, you are getting a past continuous tense, right? This is the past continuous tense. But this word each Sunday, it demands indefinite. So in place of past continuous, we use past indefinite, and the second form of wore will be there. Sentence will be like, each Sunday the ice cream seller wore a necktie and a hat. And error will be in part B. There will be an error in part B. So what are the words which demand past indefinite? These are the words like daily, always, usually, generally, frequently, or occasionally. You can say often, seldom, never, rarely, barely, each, every plus time word, like each Sunday, each January, or every January, right? Or every Sunday, every week, something like that. Okay, these are the words, these are the adverbs of frequency. These are the adverbs of such actions which denote frequent, permanent, routine actions, right? So to denote routine actions, we use indefinite, past indefinite in place of past continuous. Second form will be the answer. Did any of you lately? This word lately is the adverb which demand present perfect tense. Lately, recently. So to make it present perfect, just say have any of you lately come? This is the third form of the verb. So by doing this, you will get an error in part A. By doing this, you will get an error in part A. Are you getting my points? Yes. Kindly leave a comment. Are you getting everything? Yes, guys. Is everything okay? Okay. Move to the next one. Next sentence is, were he an actor, everyone will appreciate his acting. Yes, what can be here? Were he an actor, everyone will appreciate his acting. Okay, this is something like, you can say, semi-closed condition. This is the semi-closed condition, and in this condition if you get past indefinite tense, like this is the past indefinite tense, were he an actor, and after this past indefinite we use would plus v1, would plus v1. So in place of would will be there, and this would modal auxiliary verb demands first form of the verb, main verb, and by doing this you will have an error in part B. Error is in part B. Okay, next one is the Sharmas have been living in this city since 15 years. You have a point of time since 15 years. If you talk about this, 15 years is the period, and before the time of period we use a preposition, and that must be for. Preposition for will be there. Sentence will be like the Sharmas have been living in this city for 15 years. Okay, sentence will be fine. Now move to the next one. Sachin Tendulkar is playing more than 150 tests matches since 1987. Okay, this is the preposition of point, and after that you have a time word 1987. This is the time of point. So in this case we use perfect continuous. So to make this present perfect continuous, replace is with have been. Sorry, Sachin Tendulkar na, Sachin Tendulkar has been. If you just speak like this, Sachin Tendulkar has been playing more than 150 test matches since 1987. Now sentence will be fine, and error is in part A. You have an error in part A. Okay, you are advised to wait here until I shall call you. This is the open condition. This is the open condition, and make sure after this conjunction until, don't use, never use any future tense, drop shall, and in place of future indefinite we use present indefinite, and in present indefinite this subject I will demand first form of the verb, and now the sentence is in present indefinite tense. Sentence will be fine. Error is in part C. You have an error in part C. Okay, move to the next one. Next year I will have been knowing him for 20 years. Yes. What do you think of this sentence? This is one of the most important concepts, and I think I have told it to you. Okay, we have some of the stative verbs. This verb know is a stative verb. It always describes state, right? It always describes any state, physical state you can say, and all stative verbs are, you can say, non-progressive verb, non-action verbs, and these are the verbs which are never used in continuous tense. These stative verbs are not used in continuous tense. What are the stative verbs? Like see, hear, feel, smell, look, taste, appear, seem, sound, and think, believe, rely, trust, hope, want, need, love, like, hate, detest, and contain, comprise, consist, right? These are the stative verbs, and examiner usually gives such verbs, stative verbs, in continuous tense, which is not acceptable at all. So just replace that continuous tense into any indefinite or perfect tense. Like you have will have been knowing. In place of present perfect continuous tense we demand future perfect tense, and to make it future perfect tense just say will have known. By doing this sentence will be fine, and the sentence is like next year I will have known him for 20 years, and the error is in part A. Error is in part A. Are you getting everything? Okay, move to the next one. Where do you work nowadays? This word nowadays, this one is an adverb, and this is an adverb which shows actions which are continue at the time of speaking. All the actions which are continue, or which are in progressive state, or which are going on, moving at the time of speaking. Nowadays mean to say in दिनों, आजकल. आजकल यानी कि जिस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे मैं बोल रहा हूं उस पॉइंट ऑफ टाइम पे एक्शंस कंटिन्यू होते हैं, चल रहे होते हैं, मोशन में होते हैं, और ये वर्ड्स अपने रहते प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस की डिमांड करते हैं, प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस. सो टू मेक इट प्रेजेंट कॉन्टिन्यूअस, रिप्लेस डू विद आर. व्हाट आर यू वर्किंग, what are you working nowadays, right? So sentence will be fine. Error is in part A. So apart from nowadays, what are the rest words which demand present continuous tense? Words like, you can say now, right now, at present, at this moment, still, nowadays, nowadays. These are the words which demand present continuous tense. We use present continuous tense with any of these words. With any of these words, we use present continuous tense. Okay. So, between 9 to 5 p.m. So if you apply it in the sentence, next year okay, this sentence, where are you working nowadays? If you speak like this, sentence will be fine. Error is in part B. Okay, unless they will take some firm decision, nothing can be done in this case. Okay, now make it sure this is the open condition, you can say. This is a subordinate conjunction, and after this subordinate conjunction you will get a subordinate clause. This is the subordinate clause, right? And after this clause you will get a main clause or principal clause. This is the main clause. And make it sure in subordinate clause, condition is given. It is always condition is always given, and in the main clause result is given. In the main clause result is given. So always remember कि in this open condition we don't use two different clauses in future tense. We don't use two clauses in future tense. We always use present indefinite in the subordinate clause and future indefinite in the main clause, right? जब जब आप open condition की बात करते हैं, ठीक है, कॉम्प्लेक्स सेंटेंसेस की बात करते हैं, तो दोनों क्लोजेस में फ्यूचर टेंस नहीं आता है. सुबोर्डिनेट क्लोज में प्रेजेंट इंडेफिनिट टेंस आता है और मेन क्लोज में जो है फ्यूचर इंडेफिनिट टेंस आता है. यू विल गेट योर content access soon. Okay, right? So if you apply it in the sentence, unless they will, so you have to change this future indefinite into present indefinite. If you drop will, just speak like unless they take some firm decision, nothing can be done in this case. So by doing this you will have an error in part A. Error is in part A. Okay, move to the next one. We enjoyed the movie when suddenly someone shouted. Okay, this one is the nice concept. As I said, okay, you know it very well. Whenever you just suppose you have a timeline, okay, this is the timeline, right? And you have a point, this is the point, this is the point, and this is TS. TS denotes to what? Time of speaking. This is the time of speaking, or you can say present time. This is the point of present. Okay, before this TS, time of speaking, this entire denotes to past tense. Okay, and if two actions happen in past tense, this is the first action, this is the second action, this is the first one, and this is the second one. So make it sure this second action is nearer to the present. This second action is nearer to the present. So this is in past but backward from the present. This backward from the present, it denotes to ago. It denotes to ago, and this action demand past indefinite tense. But if you talk about first action, it is nearer to the past, or you can say this first action is backward from the past, and this backward from the past, it denotes before, this is the point of before, and it demands past perfect tense. It demands past perfect tense. So if you just apply it in the sentence, now the thing will be okay. And just apply it in the sentence: we enjoyed the movie when suddenly someone shouted, right? Okay, this is not, this is different case. Sorry. Now the concept is what? The concept is, the concept is, okay, understand it again. This is the concept, and as I said, this is the TS, time of speaking, and before this point you have this entire past. Okay, just suppose in past an action was going on, an action was going on in past tense, your one activity was going on. So to show background action, to show background action, we use past continuous tense. And another action which you have which interfere this action, this particular action which was going on, if you have another activity which interfere this action, it demands past indefinite tense. So the thing is, the action was continue, we were enjoying, we were enjoying we were enjoying the movie. So this is the action which is continue, and in mid of that particular activity another action happens, and which interfere this action, right? This action demands past indefinite tense, this action demands past indefinite tense, right? This is in the past indefinite, shouted is the past indefinite. But to show background action, to show an action which was continue in past, to denote that particular situation, we demand past continuous. So if you just speak like this, okay, we were enjoying, we were not enjoyed, we were enjoying the movie when suddenly someone shouted, sentence will be fine, sentence will be okay. So this is the concept of conjunctions like when and while. And when and while are used to show such actions which was going in the past when another happen in the mid of that particular continue actions, right? So past continuous and past indefinite, this is the combination of past indefinite and past continuous. Error is in part A. Mr. Sharma so many ups and downs since. This conjunction since demand present perfect before that. So to make it present perfect, sentence will be like Mr. Sharma has seen. Mr. Sharma has seen many ups and downs since he started. And after this since, we use past indefinite. Started is the second form, past indefinite tense. Sentence is okay. By the end of this century, we will use upmost of the world oil supplies. Okay, you have a phrase by the end of this century, and in this phrase you have a preposition by. It shows the sense of till, it demands deadline, it demands completion, right? So to with this word we always use future perfect. So by using this word we always show completion in the upcoming time, mean to say in future, right? So future perfect will be used. So to make it future perfect, we will have used up, most of the world's oil supplies. Sentence will be fine. And error is in part B. Error is in part B. This cheese is smelling awful. Okay, this verb smell is a stative verb. Stative verbs are called non-progressive, non-action verbs, which are never used in continuous tense. So to make this sentence okay, just change it in indefinite tense, and sentence will be like this cheese smells awful. Okay, error will be in part B. Okay, take another example. If I say the man blank that someone blank his bag, you have to fill the verb like find, and pick. Two different verbs you have, and make it sure this sentence is in past tense. If you just make it clear that this sentence is in past time, so in past time you have to use two different verb in different blanks like find and pick. So what can be the right answer? What can be the right answer? Make it sure, as I said, if two actions happen in past tense, if two different actions happen in past tense, we always consider what happened earlier demands past perfect tense, and the action which happens later comes under past indefinite tense. And if you just focus in the sentence, it is said the man find that someone blank his bag, pick his bag. So this activity will happen earlier, and after that the man came to know. We want to speak like this: initially someone picked his bag, and after that the man came to know ki someone had picked his bag. Okay, so sentence will be like, second form of the verb found, the man found that someone had picked his bag, right? Now the sentence will be fine. Okay, one another sentence. If I say, when I met you, when I met you 2 years ago, 2 years ago, we had worked together 2 years. Just a minute. When I met you in 2020, when I met you in 2020, we had worked together. We had worked together 2 years ago. This is the sentence. Okay. When I met you in 2020, we had worked together 2 years ago. Okay, in this sentence, listen carefully. Here word you have 2020. This one is the past year, and to denote past year we always use past indefinite tense. So already you have second form of the verb meet. Okay, this is okay. And now you have a past perfect tense. This is had plus v3. This is the past perfect tense, right? And you have a word ago. This is the adverb. So what is the confusion in the sentence? Make it sure this word ago is an adverb. This is adverb, and the meaning of ago is backward from the present. Backward from the present. And we are talking about backward from the present, but it is in past tense, so that's why this ago always demands past indefinite tense. I said word ago denotes to the backward from the present, right? And to denote this backward from the present, we always use past indefinite tense. But we have also a word that is before. This word is also an adverb, and this adverb means before means backward from the past. It means backward from the past. Okay, always backward from the past will be what? Past perfect tense. This one will be the past perfect tense. So if you just apply, when I met you in 2020, so we have discussed past tense, and after that he said ki we had worked together 2 years ago. But this past perfect don't demand ago, it demands what? Before. So this sentence is something like ki you have a time word. This is the present time. This is the time of speaking, TS, and this is the two different moments. The person is saying when we met in 2020. So this 2020 is backward from the present, near to the present. This is past indefinite, it will demand. And he is saying we had worked 2 years before. we had to work 2 years before, means they worked 2018 to 2020, and this 2018 is backward from the past, so this demands before, and this 2020 is backward from the present, this demands past indefinite tense, this is ago. So we are talking about past of the past, and to denote past of the past, we always demand past perfect tense, and uh, a an adverb, or you can say adverb, will be like before. So same thing, if you apply it in the sentence, this is the past indefinite tense, okay, and after that this is the past perfect. So you have to talk about past of the past, right, late past, and to denote late past we don't need ago, we require before, right? So I hope you are getting my point. This all the sentences are from chapter 10s, and I think it's enough from my side, and we shall cover vocabulary in the next lecture. Mean to say, tomorrow we shall cover vocabulary. So it's enough from my side. I just keep my finger crossed for you, and keep sharing such sessions with all your friends, and subscribe Crack Grade B if you have not subscribed this channel yet. So it's enough, and take care. Goodbye. Love you all. Thank you. Thank you very much.